It starts quietly. Maybe it's a sudden chill in her voice, or the way her smile freezes when she realizes you're not going to give her what she wants. You think the moment will pass, that she'll understand, that everything will settle. But when a woman with narcissistic traits feels rejected, something shifts beneath the surface. This isn't just about romance. It can happen with a friend, a colleague, or even a family member. It's the moment you decide to set a boundary, to say no, to step back from the storm, and she feels it as a personal insult. This video explores what often happens next. It's not about judging women, nor about labeling every strong or confident woman as narcissistic. It's about understanding the emotional aftermath that can unfold when someone deeply self-absorbed faces rejection. It's about protecting your peace, recognizing manipulation, and learning how to stay grounded when the energy around you turns toxic. The immediate shift from warmth to ice. At first, the change may seem subtle. Her tone turns colder, her texts shorter, her eyes harder. You may sense something breaking under the surface, a fracture between who she pretended to be and who she truly is. When you reject her, you don't just hurt her feelings, you threaten the core of her self-image. A narcissistic woman lives for validation. It feeds her, defines her, gives her a sense of power. Rejection is not just loss, it's humiliation. She may act indifferent, pretending she never cared in the first place. She'll convince herself that she was the one in control all along. This performance protects her ego. But behind the calm exterior, anger and shame begin to burn. And sooner or later, that fire will find a way out. The emotional rebellion, anger in disguise. When rejection hits a narcissistic woman, her first emotional response is rarely sadness. It's rage. Not the kind of rage you see in loud arguments, but the quiet, poisonous kind that spreads slowly. She may not shout or cry. Instead, she might begin to undermine you subtly. Maybe through a sarcastic comment, a rumor, or a calculated silence that leaves you guessing. Every action becomes a statement. You don't reject me, I reject you. In her world, vulnerability equals weakness, so she converts pain into control. She'll start to rewrite the story, turning herself into the one who decided to walk away. What hurts her most isn't losing you. It's losing the image of herself as someone impossible to turn down. The retaliation phase. Regaining power at any cost. When the emotional sting becomes unbearable, she seeks revenge, not necessarily through confrontation, but through image restoration. Her goal now is to prove that she is still desired, still admired, still above you. You might see her suddenly active on social media, posting carefully crafted pictures or stories that scream confidence and attention. She may surround herself with new admirers, subtly making sure the message reaches you. Look what you lost. But this is not about genuine happiness. It's theater. A narcissistic woman performs strength when she feels weakest. The applause she craves is the only thing keeping her sense of self intact. Behind the scenes, however, there's restlessness. The void you left cannot be filled with new faces. The chase for admiration is endless because it's not about love, it's about survival. The reconnection game, pulling you back in. When the storm calms, she might circle back as if nothing ever happened. It's not because she misses you in the way most people understand missing someone. It's because she misses how you made her feel about herself. She might message you casually, appear at the same places you frequent, or find subtle ways to get your attention again. This stage is a test. She wants to know if she still has emotional control over you. If you respond, the cycle restarts. The moment she feels secure again, she may lose interest. But if you ignore her, she may escalate, becoming more persistent, more dramatic, even more charming than before. Every reaction feeds her. Every silence challenges her. Either way, she's in a psychological game she doesn't intend to lose. The image reconstruction, replacing you to heal herself. If she realizes she can't win you back, she shifts her focus outward. Suddenly, there's someone new, a perfect relationship, a better friend, a new confidant. She'll highlight how amazing life is without you, crafting a narrative that restores her damaged pride. To the outside world, she's thriving. But beneath the surface, it's still the same pattern, seeking new validation to cover old wounds. The new person becomes her mirror, reflecting the version of herself she wants to see. This phase can be confusing for those watching from the outside. They may believe she's simply moved on. But for someone who lives through the lens of ego, moving on isn't growth, it's replacement. The moment admiration fades, the cycle begins again. The silent campaign, turning the tables. When all else fails, the narcissistic woman often reclaims her power through narrative control. She starts to tell her version of events, carefully designed to make her the misunderstood one, the victim of your coldness, your unfair treatment. Her words may travel quietly, spreading through shared friends or co-workers. She's not necessarily trying to destroy you. She's trying to preserve herself. By painting herself as the one who suffered, she hides the truth of her own emotional chaos. It's manipulation disguised as vulnerability. It can make others pity her while subtly isolating you. That's why maintaining your integrity and emotional distance is essential. Her need for validation doesn't end with your absence. It only changes form. 7. The reality check. What you need to remember. Understanding this behavior isn't about resentment. It's about clarity. A narcissistic woman isn't inherently evil. Her actions often come from deep insecurity, old wounds, and a desperate need to feel important. But empathy doesn't mean allowing manipulation. Compassion doesn't mean surrender. When you recognize these patterns, you begin to see through the illusion. You stop blaming yourself for her anger, her games, or her coldness. You realize that your rejection didn't break her. It exposed the fragility she's been hiding all along. Protecting yourself from this dynamic means standing firm in your truth, not feeding her emotional hunger, in learning to detach without guilt. You don't owe anyone your attention, especially when that attention becomes fuel for control. The quiet strength. Rising beyond the drama. The most powerful thing you can do after walking away is stay gone. Not with bitterness, but with peace. Silence is not weakness, it's self-respect. When you choose not to react, you take away her stage. When you stop explaining, you stop performing in her play. Your calm becomes her mirror. And in that stillness, she faces what she's been avoiding, herself. Healing after an encounter like this takes time. It may leave scars, confusion, even moments of doubt. But those wounds are proof that you cared, that you gave, that you tried. Don't let them turn into walls. Let them become wisdom. There's a quiet kind of strength in choosing peace over chaos, truth over illusion, and self-worth over validation. That's where real power lives, not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. Rejection isn't the end, it's the beginning of freedom. When you reject a narcissistic woman, it may feel like stepping into a storm. The noise, the chaos, the sudden silence, it can all be overwhelming. But every storm passes. And when it does, you realize something beautiful. You didn't lose peace because of her. You found peace by walking away. This isn't a lesson in bitterness. It's a reminder that you have the right to protect your energy, your boundaries, and your heart. Some people come into your life to teach you the cost of self-betrayal. Once you learn that cost, you'll never pay it again. Your worth doesn't depend on who chooses or rejects you. It lives quietly within you, waiting to be honored. So let go of the guilt, release the drama, and step into your strength. You're not heartless for walking away. You're healing. And as always, because YouTube's algorithm tends to favor videos with strong engagement, if you feel this video has brought you value, a simple like and a quick subscribe would mean so much. It not only helps this message reach more people who need it, but also ensures you will never miss the next video that could make a difference in your journey. Thanks all.